Hello aspirants, welcome to the official YouTube channel of Career Power Siliguri. First of all, I would like to wish every one of you a very happy Independence Day. Hope this year we may gain freedom from the ongoing pandemic. If every one of us fight together, then definitely we will overcome the situation. As you all are aware of the fact that IBPS has released notification for the post of PO. Online registration have already started from 5th of August and last date to apply online is 26th of August. Prelims exam will held on 3rd, 10th and 11th of October and mains exam will be conducted on 28th of November 2020. Link for the online registration for the post of PO is provided in the description box. Here, Career Power Siliguri has launched an exclusive batch for IBPS PO and IBPS RRB. This course will cover both prelims and mains exam. Here, we will be providing 200 plus class hours. You will get unlimited test series and mock tests to solve, comprehensive study materials, doubt clearing session, and many more. Class will start from 18th of August 2020. To join our exclusive batch or for any queries, call us on the number provided in the description box. As always, before starting, subscribe our channel and press the bell icon to get the notification for the latest video we upload. Follow our Facebook, Instagram and Twitter pages. And also join our Telegram channel for current affairs, job notification and daily quizzes. All the links are provided in the description below. Today will be the third lecture of Banking Awareness series. Last episode we discussed about the structure of Indian banking system. Today we will discuss the types of banking. So let's begin. First type, we have branch banking. Branch banking involves business of a banking via branches. The branches are set up under Section 23 of Banking Regulation Act 1949. A branch should cater to all banking services and include a specialized branch, a satellite office, an extension center, an ATM, administrative office, service branch and a credit card center for the purpose of branch authorization policy. The advantage of branch banking is that it helps in better management, more inclusion and risk diversification. Secondly, we have unit banking. Unit banking is a system of banking to a limited extent where banks operate only from a single branch or a few branches in the same area, taking care of a local community. In comparison to a branch banking, the size of unit banks is very small. Due to small size and due to unit structure, the decision making in unit banks is very fast. Next, we have mixed banking. Mixed banking is the system in which banks undertake activities of commercial and investment banking together. This bank gives short-term and long-term loans to industrial concern. The banks appoint experts which give valuable advice on various financial issues and help gauge the financial health of companies. Next, we have shadow banking. It refers to all non-bank financial intermediaries that provide services similar to those of traditional commercial banks. They generally carry out traditional banking functions but do so outside the traditional system of regulated depository institution. Some of the activities include credit intermediation, liquidity transformation and maturity transformation. In the Indian financial arena, shadow banking term can be used for NBFCs, non-banking financial companies. NBFCs in India has been regulated by the RBI since 1963. Next, we have Islamic banking. Is a banking or a banking system based on the principle of Islamic or Sharia law and guided by Islamic economics. Next, we have virtual banking. Here, all banking operations are performed online, which has served as a great revolution in the banking market, as banks have to continuously struggle for perfection to live up to the competition and stay ahead of it. It is a cost-effective option for the bank. We have social banking. Social banking is a concept where banking services are oriented towards mass welfare and financial inclusion of the poor and vulnerable segments of society. RBI has taken some commendable initiative to make financial inclusion a reality for the remotest segment of Indian population. Now we have chain banking. Chain banking system refers to the type of banking when a group of persons come together to own and control more than two independent banks. The banks in the chain were assigned specific functions, so there was no loss of profits and overlapping of interest. Next, we have retail banking. It involves where transactions are held directly with customers and there are no transactions with other banks or corporations. The bank provides all kinds of personal banking services to the customer like savings account, mortgage, personal loans, debit and credit card, etc. Next, we have wholesale banking, which involves banking services for high net worth clients like corporate, commercial banks, mid-sized companies, etc. India has a suitable investment climate and is seen as a favored investment destination, so it has a huge potential for the growth of this vertical of banking. It can be equally risky for a firm if all the funds are parked in one place and here is no diversification of risk. Now, relationship banking is a system of banking in which banks are deliberately efforts to understand customer needs and offer him products accordingly. 1. It helps bank to gather critical soft information about the borrowers, which help them to determine credit worthiness of such clients. Clients too often become responsible and avoid moral hazard behavior. Clients can often negotiate their loan terms and hence result in inefficient investment for banks. Next, we have correspondent bank. Is a profitable way of doing business by banks in foreign countries in which they don't have physical presence or limited operational permissions. Correspondent banks thus act as a banking agent for a home bank and provide various banking services to the customer, where otherwise the home bank does not operate. Next, we have universal bank. Universal banking. Universal banking is a system of banking under which big banks undertake a variety of banking services like commercial banking, investment banking, mutual fund, insurance, etc. It involves providing all these services under one roof by financial experts who can handle multiple financial products easily. Last but not the least, we have narrow banking. The narrow banking is a very much an antonym to the universal banking. Narrow banking involves mobilization the large part of the deposit in risk-free assets such as government securities. So before ending, the answer of the last episode will be Punjab National Bank, who have been started solely with the Indian capital investment. It was established on 19th of May 1894 in Lahore. Now headquarters is in New Delhi. Present CEO is S.S. Mallika Arjuna Rao. Today's question is first Indian bank to open overseas branch. Do post your answer in the comment section, and if you like this video then please do like and share this video and subscribe our YouTube channel. Thank you. Jai Hind.